£20 million enough to break the logjam for Alexander Isak Liverpool? Talbot 120 meters plus player deal to unblock Alexander Isak transfer standoff Liverpool are reportedly weighing up a fresh attempt to land Newcastle United's Alexander Isak by tabling a package worth £120 million plus a player. In a bid to break the deadlock over the Swedish striker's future, the Reds saw an opening. Offer of £110 million turned down at the end of last month. However, with Isak having told Newcastle that not only does he wish to leave, but that he will not play for the club again, Liverpool are expected to return with an improved bid, provided they sense a shift in Newcastle's stance. Fabrizio Romano reported on Tuesday Liverpool will bid again for Isak as planned since July, if and when Newcastle open the door to his departure. No changes to the plan. Ben Jacobs later claimed that Liverpool are ready to go to at least £120 million if they receive any indication from Newcastle that a deal could be negotiated, after the Magpies' previous £150 million figure was left without counteroffer. 4. Now, Isak remains firm in his decision to move on and will not alter his position unless Liverpool confirm the deal is off the table, which hasn't happened. The Reds remain actively involved in discussions. We understand Newcastle want a resolution this week, Jacobs added, noting that the club's ownership has now taken part in multiple Isak-focused meetings. Liverpool's £110 million bid was entirely guaranteed and followed private signals from Newcastle that they would engage with an offer. Instead, it was swiftly dismissed. The £150 million valuation was never formally negotiated against. Some inside Newcastle suggest Liverpool's initial bid was for optics, but Liverpool see it as a realistic starting point based on previous talks. Former Everton CEO Keith Wynses believes a swap deal could be the key to unlocking the situation. If Liverpool still want Isak, the way to get it done is £120 million plus a player. Newcastle still have squad gaps and Liverpool have depth. That might be the deal that moves things forward. Wynses also pointed out the brewing tension ahead of the second league match of the season. When Liverpool travel to St. James Park, that's going to be a fiery encounter, given what's happening now. Which shirt Isak will be wearing that day is going to be fascinating. Still, Wynses didn't shy away from criticizing the player's approach. I think Isak has handled this poorly. If I were Newcastle's CEO, I'd be running a strong media campaign making it clear that no player is bigger than the club and that this was his choice. But that's the transfer market, it's always full of drama, and this is probably the biggest soap opera right now. Konate's contract. Talks add to Liverpool's transfer storylines. Meanwhile, uncertainty is also brewing over Ibrahima Konate's future. The Liverpool centre-back has yet to agree on a contract extension, attracting interest from Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, according to Diario AS. Madrid would only move for the Frenchman if Liverpool dropped their asking price, with the Spanish side willing to offer €20 to £25 million compared to Liverpool's £50 million valuation. Konate is said to be open to a new challenge, but Madrid may prefer to wait until his contract expires in 2026 to sign him for free. Mercato has reported that Konate's name has been circulated to several top European clubs, including PSG, Real Madrid, and Barcelona, raising the likelihood of a future move. However, Marca suggests Liverpool will soon offer him a new deal, and if rejected, could put him on the market this summer. Earlier this month, journalist Abdallah Boulma claimed that talks between Liverpool and Konate are ongoing. Although there's no agreement yet, the defender remains happy at Anfield and keen to stay. Liverpool's 300 meters summer overhaul under Arne Slot. This transfer window has been one of the most expensive in Liverpool's history. Fresh from winning the Premier League, club has spent over £300 million on 8 major signings, while offloading several big names to balance the books. Wirtz deal breaks British transfer recorder. The headline signing was German star Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for £116.5 million, smashing the club's previous transfer record. Wirtz rejected offers from Bayern Munich and Manchester City, instead choosing to work under Arne Slot. His 5-year deal sees him earn £200,000 per week, its potential bonuses pushing it to £245,000. Iketek bolsters the attack. Liverpool also secured Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt for £69 million after his 22-goal Bundesliga campaign. The move adds competition up front and could signal the end for Darwin Núñez, who has struggled to fully win over fans. Fullback overhaul Drummy Frimpong joined from Leverkusen for £29.5 million to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold, while Milos Kerkez arrived from Bournemouth for £40 million to challenge Andy Robertson. Triple goalkeeper signings. Liverpool added Georgi Mamardashvili, £25 million from Valencia. Armin Pexi, £1.5 million from Puskas Academia. And Freddie Woodman, free from Preston, to refresh their goalkeeper options. Big sales. One of the spending outgoing deals include Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid, £8.4 million. Koeman Kelleher to Brentford, up to £18 million. Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich, Lucia Wuder Wuem. Darwin Núñez to Al Hilal, Sishaloder Sanem. And Urel Kwanzaa to Bayer Leverkusen. £30 million with a buyback clause. These moves demonstrate Liverpool's willingness to reshape the squad dramatically while remaining aggressive in the transfer market. Arrigo Sacchi, writing in his column for La Gazzetta dello Sport, shared candid views on the growing financial gap between Serie A and the Premier League. While acknowledging that English clubs possess greater spending power, the Italian legend was still critical of top domestic sides such as Napoli, Juventus, Inter, and AC Milan for being unable or unwilling to meet Parma's asking price. For Giovanni Leone, Liverpool, chasing Giovanni Leone fills me with mixed feelings, Sacchi wrote. On one hand, I'm delighted that an Italian talent is being recognized by a giant of European football. But on the other, I'm frustrated. Why isn't it AC Milan, Inter Juve, or Napoli battling for a signature instead of a foreign team? Yes, I know, Italian clubs don't have the same financial resources as the English. That's true. But my question is, why haven't we developed our football business model to match theirs? Why should €40 million for a defender be an impossible stretch for an Italian side, yet Liverpool can move without hesitation? Whether the deal happens or not, I believe the Reds would be making a smart investment. I followed this boy closely. During the second half of last season, he's a rare prospect. Meanwhile, in North London, Tottenham Hotspur are prepared to part ways with winger Manor Solomon before the transfer window shuts. The Israeli international has not featured for Spurs since September 2023 after suffering a knee injury. Spending. Last season on loan at Leeds United, his preseason was further disrupted.